If you are about to spend more money on ads or ramp up your outreach, pause for a second. Because if your show rate is low, or the people that do show to your calls aren't actually ready to buy, every dollar you put into your ads is just more volume into a leaky system. And the reason you should listen to a random ginger on the internet is because I used to work as a freelancer solving this exact issue for online businesses, and now I run an agency that has systemized a solution to solving this problem at scale. Most agency owners think that solving their low show rate or bad call quality is about their offer, is about improving their ads, or about adding more reminders on the back end. I recently spoke to one of our clients and he said, "Why do people cancel the call when we are literally guaranteeing 10 new clients or they don't pay?" He was frustrated and confused because people lose interest although their offer and promise is so amazing. So then they try to increase the reminders and automations, or they try to implement more scarcity or urgency. But the problem is that's all surface level. The real reason that people don't show up to their call is because they don't see it as a priority. They are canceling because they don't understand why this matters right now. Think about this scenario. Let's say someone has an appointment to discuss potential cancer treatments. They would reorganize their entire day just to make sure they are able to show up to that exact appointment. They don't need any reminders at all. They don't need a calendar invite. And if they have any questions, they will personally reach out to get the answers and clarity. Why do you think this is? Because the consequences of not showing up feel immediate, personal, and costly. In other words, their problem feels urgent. Now compare this to your business. You are probably a nobody to them. They might have seen your ads, your offer, or your cold email. They have no idea what it exactly is that you do, or why they should trust you, or why they wouldn't wait to solve their problem. In that case, if there's such a lack of information and urgency, do you really think that another reminder will make them show up? I don't think so. What these people need is highly believable information and reasons, falling into three different buckets. The first one is that it should make their problem feel more urgent. But you don't do this by implementing some fake scarcity tactics. You do this by explaining to them, by showing to them what the cost is of not solving this problem, of not taking action. How much money are they missing out on? What happens if they don't fix this issue? Or why should they take action now instead of in a week, 2 weeks, or even a few months? You will never make their problem feel as urgent as needing a cancer treatment, of course. But the more you explore their problem with factual and highly believable information, the more their pain will expand, the more pressing their issue will feel. The second thing they need is trust, but not in the way that you are thinking of right now. Showing off your results or your Trustpilot reviews will only marginally increase their trust, simply because it's not believable anymore. So many people have been screwed over, and Trustpilot reviews can be bought from some sketchy website. Things you could do instead are, for example, showcasing your dispute rate or your refund rate, or other data that showcases that you are legit. And even better, tell them about a time where you messed up. People fear getting screwed over. That's the thought in their minds. How fucked can I get when I work with this company? So explain the worst case scenario to them. Not in a way where it will hurt your reputation, but showcase how you solved this issue. Did you give them a refund? Did you overcompensate them? Or did you quickly fix their issue? You should not only flex your best case results, but you should also show them that you will take care of them even if you mess up or make a mistake. And when their trust increases, they are more likely to show up as well as buy your product or services, because the perceived risk drops. The last thing they need is clarity. They need enough information to make them feel confident about the fact that you can solve their exact problem. Not just a general problem, but their problem. This means the closer you can get to their exact situation, the more confident and certain they will feel about you. And this doesn't mean you should explain every little detail of your service. You shouldn't talk about meta pixel conditioning and stuff like that. But it does mean that you should give them enough information to make them feel confident this is the right solution for them. Ideally, you know your prospect so well that you are able to handle their most common objections, give an answer to their most common doubts and questions, and set the right expectations even before the call starts. If you implement these steps, your appointment with them will slowly climb in their priority list, and people will show up ready, excited instead of hesitant. You will notice that your show rate increases because you're not pushing people onto the call, but you make people want to show up to the call. Not because reminders are forcing them to, but because they view the call as beneficial and important to them. On top of that, your call quality will improve drastically. Because people have context about your business, they are educated about what you do, and they are already bought into the idea that you can solve their problem. This means fewer objections, less resistance, and deeper conversations. You turn education calls into actual sales calls. This means that your close rate can increase by 5, 10, or even more percentage points. And not because you change your offer or sales pitch, but simply because prospects show up in the right state of mind. Think about it, if you're booking loads of calls every single month and your show rate increases by 20 or 30%, and on top of that, your close rate increases with another 5 or 10%. You could be generating tens of thousands of dollars extra without spending another dollar on ads. This is what true leverage is. If you implement the right systems before the call once, they will compound forever. Because why would you spend more money on ads if you have a leaky system and are not maximizing every single lead? So if you want me to break this down for your specific business and showcase you the practical steps of implementing these ideas, then there's a Calendly link in the description where you can book a call. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video.